What if I told you there's a single American family whose fortune is so massive it could fund the entire budgets of multiple small countries and still have billions left over for private jets, sprawling mansions, and a yacht or two? We're talking about a family whose name is quietly stamped on almost every corner of America. A family that earns over $100 million per day without lifting a finger. You won't see them flaunting it on social media. No flashy rap videos or influencer drama, just pure generational wealth, built from scratch, multiplied into billions, and protected like a crown jewel. This is the story of the Walton family, the dynasty behind Walmart, worth a jaw-dropping $432.4 billion. Yes, billion. They're richer than Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett combined. But how did they get here? What does life look like at the top of America's wealth pyramid? And what secrets are hiding behind the humble blue vests of Walmart? To understand the Walton Empire, you have to go back to a quiet little town in Arkansas in the 1940s. No skyscrapers, no billion-dollar boardrooms, just a man named Sam Walton, a former Army captain with a vision and a knack for business. Sam didn't start with millions. In fact, he opened his first store in 1945 with a $20,000 loan from his father-in-law and $5,000 of his own savings. That store wasn't a fancy megamart. It was a humble Ben Franklin variety store in Newport, Arkansas. But Sam had something most businessmen didn't: a ruthless focus on low prices and an obsession with logistics. He believed small-town America was being ignored by big retailers, and he was going to change that. Fast forward to 1962, and Sam launched the very first Walmart in Rogers, Arkansas. His promise? Lowest prices. Walmart grew so fast, it left competitors in the dust. By the 1980s, it was the largest retailer in America. Sam wasn't just building a business. He was building a dynasty. When he passed in 1992, he left behind not only a retail giant, but a blueprint for generational wealth. His children, Rob, Jim, Alice, John, and later Lucas, inherited more than stock. They inherited a machine, one that prints billions every year. From that small-town storefront to over 10,500 stores worldwide, the Waltons didn't just create a company. They created an economy of their own. All right, let's talk numbers. Because the Waltons aren't just rich, they are in a completely different wealth galaxy. As of 2025, the Walton family's combined net worth stands at a staggering $432.4 billion. That's more than the GDP of countries like Norway, Argentina, or the UAE. And remember, this isn't one person. Spread across multiple generations, with each Walton sibling casually clocking in as a multi-billionaire. Jim Walton, around $68 billion. Alice Walton, about $66 billion. Rob Walton, also hovering near $65 billion. And that's just the direct heirs. The extended family, including Lucas Walton, heir to John Walton's share, adds billions more to the pot. But where does all this money come from? Simple: Walmart. The family owns roughly 45% of Walmart's stock through various trusts and holding companies. Every time someone buys socks, cereal, or a gallon of milk from Walmart or Sam's Club, a slice of that money flows right back to the Waltons. In 2024 alone, Walmart generated over $648 billion in revenue, making it the largest company in the world by revenue. It employs over 2.1 million people, more than the population of some nations. And here's the kicker: just from dividends alone, the Waltons rake in over $3 billion a year. That's passive income, folks. While you're standing in the checkout line, the Waltons are making another million. It's not just wealth, it's dynastic power, controlled quietly, efficiently, and with minimal public exposure. So where do the richest family in America call home? Spoiler alert: it's not just one place. When your net worth is pushing $500 billion, you don't have a house. You have an empire of estates. Let's start with Alice Walton, the art-loving heiress. While she spends much of her time in Fort Worth, Texas, she's best known for building the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas. And get this, it wasn't just a donation. It's a $1.2 billion legacy project nestled in a futuristic glass and wood complex housing works by Warhol, Rothko, Rockwell, and O'Keeffe. Yes, a billionaire built a museum in the middle of the woods. Why? Because she could. Over on the West Coast, Rob Walton has been spotted enjoying the sunny luxury of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, with a sprawling mountain estate that screams both money and seclusion. And his real estate footprint doesn't end there. He's got multiple luxury properties sprinkled across Arizona, Colorado, and even Paradise Valley. Think custom-built mansions, private golf courses, underground wine cellars, and garages big enough to house a fleet of vintage cars. Speaking of cars, did we mention Rob is a classic car enthusiast? He owns one of the most expensive car collections in the country, including rare Ferraris, McLarens, and even a $33 million 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. Yes, you heard that right, $33 million for a single car. Then there's Jim Walton, the quietest of the clan. He prefers low-key luxury, massive ranches in Arkansas, private land with lakes, and enough acreage to lose a small town in. We're talking over 25,000 acres of land holdings across the U.S., a footprint that rivals entire counties. And don't think private islands are off the table. Though the Waltons are notoriously private, it's widely believed that several family trusts have holdings in ultra-exclusive vacation properties in the Caribbean and the Pacific. Private jets? Naturally. The family's personal fleet includes Gulfstream G650s, each valued at over $65 million, offering enough room to fly cross-country in silk pajamas with caviar on the side. Helipads, heated pools, libraries bigger than bookstores, and wine cellars deeper than some subways. These aren't exaggerations. This is daily life when you've got a vault of billions working for you 24/7. When you've got more money than time, your hobbies tend to look a little different than most. The Waltons don't just collect stamps or play a round of golf on the weekend. They create world-class legacies out of personal interests. Let's start with Alice Walton, the artistic soul of the family. While most billionaires chase yachts and tech startups, Alice chased beauty and culture. She's the founder of the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, which houses masterpieces by everyone from Andy Warhol to Georgia O'Keeffe. The museum itself cost over $1 billion to develop and is free to the public. Meanwhile, Rob Walton has his own kind of canvas, vintage cars. His personal collection is so vast, it's borderline mythological in the automotive world. He owns dozens of classic cars, including rare models that haven't been on the market in decades. This isn't just a car collection, it's an automotive museum in disguise. He's also got a passion for sports. Rob recently made headlines by leading the Walton Penner Group that purchased the Denver Broncos NFL team for a cool $4.65 billion in 2022. That's not just a team, that's a legacy purchase, a family stamp on one of the most valuable franchises in professional sports. Jim Walton, on the other hand, stays low-key. His interests revolve around banking, agriculture, and flying under the radar. But don't let the humble persona fool you. He's the chairman of Arvest Bank, a financial institution with assets topping $20 billion, proving his business savvy runs deep. He's the kind of billionaire who'd rather buy the airstrip than show off the jet. Even the younger generation, like Lucas Walton, has taken a more modern route. He's passionate about clean energy and sustainability. The Waltons don't just indulge, they build. Museums, empires, car collections, football teams, they invest in the things they love and leave a massive footprint while doing it. Imagine waking up and knowing your family made another $100 million, overnight. For the Waltons, that's not fantasy. That's just Tuesday. But despite their unimaginable wealth, the Waltons are known for being surprisingly low profile. There are no gold-plated Lamborghinis or viral mansion tours. Instead, they move with precision, privacy, and purpose.